where the echoes of ancient tales come alive. Step into a realm of forgotten kingdoms, legendary heroes, and timeless adventures. Here, the sands of time shift to reveal stories of honor, betrayal, love, and conquest. From the myths of ancient civilizations to the chronicles of legendary warriors, every tale is a journey into the heart of history and imagination. So, prepare to be transported as we unravel the mysteries of the past, one story at a time. Long ago in the kingdom of Benares, there was a beautiful young princess named Vasundhara. She was known for her grace, intelligence, and kindness. However, despite her beauty and all that she had, Vasundhara was deeply troubled. She had one secret sorrow that weighed heavily on her heart. She could not bear children. The Queen Mother, her only family, was aging and wished to see her daughter married and settled with children. But no matter how many suitors came to the palace, Vasundhara could never bring herself to marry. One day, while walking through the palace garden, Vasundhara sat by a shimmering pond. She gazed at the water, lost in her thoughts, when a beautiful lotus flower caught her eye. It was unlike any other lotus she had ever seen, with petals the color of the deep blue sky, and a radiance that seemed to glow in the moonlight. As she admired the flower, an old sage appeared before her. "Princess," the sage said in a voice that seemed to come from the very air around them, "I see the sorrow in your heart. The blue lotus you gaze upon holds the answer to your deepest wish." Vasundhara was startled and asked, "What do you mean, wise sage?" The sage continued, "This blue lotus is sacred. It holds the power of creation, the ability to grant a wish to anyone who touches its petals with a pure heart. But it is not a gift given lightly. You must seek out the lotus when the moon is full, and only with true love in your heart will its power be unlocked." Vasundhara was intrigued, but also cautious. "What must I do to prove my love?" Then she asked. The sage smiled gently and replied, "True love is not found in words alone, princess. It is shown through your actions and your sacrifice. Seek out the blue lotus only when you are ready to give up something of great value to you." That night, as the full moon rose over the kingdom, Vasundhara went to the pond once more. She kneeled beside the glowing blue lotus, her heart filled with longing. As she reached out to touch the petals, she remembered the sage's words about sacrifice. At that moment, she realized that she could not wish for children alone. Her heart must also be open to the world's children, the orphaned and the forgotten. With that thought, Vasundhara whispered, "I wish to become the mother of all children who are in need of love, to care for them, and to raise them with kindness." As soon as her words left her lips, the blue lotus trembled, and its petals unfurled. A soft glow surrounded Vasundhara, and in that instant, she felt a deep connection to the earth, as though the very soil and air around her were alive with energy. She knew that her wish had been heard. The next day, the people of Benares began to notice a strange change in the princess. She became a beacon of love and compassion. The poor, the orphaned, and those in need began to seek her out, and Vasundhara opened her arms to them. She adopted every child who came to her, and soon the palace was filled with laughter and joy, as children of all ages came to her for love and care. Years passed, and Vasundhara became known as the Mother of Benares, loved by all. But despite her joy in raising the children, she still longed to have a child of her own. One day, While she was sitting with the children by the same pond where she had found the Blue Lotus, she felt a gentle hand on her shoulder. The old sage had returned. "You have proven your love, Vasundhara," the sage said. "Your wish has been granted. The Blue Lotus has blessed you. You are now ready to become the mother of a child of your own." And so it was. Not long after, Vasundhara gave birth to a healthy, beautiful child, a son. The people of Benares rejoiced, and the princess's heart was filled with pure happiness. The love she had shown to the world's children had been returned to her in the form of her own child. From that day forward, Vasundhara's palace was not only a home to the children she had adopted, but it became a symbol of compassion and love for all. The Blue Lotus continued to bloom in the pond, a reminder that true love is not just about receiving, but about giving selflessly. This story is a beautiful example of Indian folklore, weaving themes of selflessness, compassion, and the transformative power of love. The Blue Lotus, a symbol of purity and spiritual enlightenment, reminds us that true fulfillment comes from caring for others and opening our hearts to the world. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time, may the wisdom of these stories guide you, and the beauty of their lessons stay with you always.